I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and you're listening to Acoustic Songs Live from WNJR Studios in Washington, Pennsylvania. We have Chet Vincent and Molly Alphabet here in the studio today. They're going to be playing some music for us from their new CDs. And how you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Good.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Good. Glad to have you. Normally I ask my guests to just dig in and play something right off the top. What are you going to do, Chet?
I'm going to do a song called The Forest Needs the Fire.
This is Chet Vincent and Molly Alphabet on Acoustic Songs Live. very Neil Young kind of vibe to that one.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah, big influence on you.
Yeah, all those 70s and 60s guys. Neil Young, Dylan, the band. Yeah.
What an appropriate song to play though too, with what's going on in California. Huh?
Yeah, that's totally insane.
I have friends that live out there, and I've been watching the videos, and I just sent them like, "Hey, are you okay?" And then seeing the smoke that's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Say it burns your eyes just to go outside.
Some of the videos of like the escapes where they're just driving through fire on both sides. It's like a hell scene or something.
It would freak me out. I'd have to like jump out of the car and start running like, ah!
Because their tires melt. Some of their tires were melting.
I can't get over too like how the one town that was totally destroyed was called Paradise. I mean, there's too many kind of biblical things going on there.
Yeah, it really is. It's like very apocalyptic watching it and stuff. But hey, I was like looking over so Chet Vincent, is it your stage name? There's that your real name?
That's my real name.
Okay, because I'm like trying.
It's also my stage name.
It's like, well, that's good because I know Molly Alphabet is
that one.
your stage name. But I was looking, online for your bio, and I finally found one on your. I think it was your management page. A little bit about. Well, how'd you get in? Basically, starting out in the music scene in Pittsburgh. You're kind of in the Lawrenceville scene, right?
Yeah.
Thunderbird and all that.
Yeah, we live in Lawrenceville. When I came back from college, I guess it was like 11 years ago now, started, I had been playing some shows when I would come back, and this other band called the Buick Six was like a friend's band, a college band here in Pittsburgh, and when I came back, I just asked them if they wanted to write, play my songs, and that's how the Big Bend formed, which is the band I've been in since I moved back.
Okay.
And then since then, that's become more and more like a heavy rock band.
Mm-hmm.
So then recently, like this song I just played, I wanted to do some of the folk songs I've been playing, so I formed another band called Birdwatcher, which is a band that I do like more of the folk stuff with, and that's what the new album is.
Oh, okay. That's the Where the Earth Opens Wide.
Yeah. So that's the album I put out in February of this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like come full circle. Like I started out kind of writing, acoustic folk songs, and then transitioned away from that with the Big Bend towards more like heavy blues kind of stuff, and now I've been coming back to it.
And similarly, that's how my band started. He and I just love country and folk music, and he was writing all these heavy rock songs with the Big Bend, and my band became a spin-off project. Initially for him to write country songs, and then I started doing most of the songwriting.
Yeah. So you guys are buds with Slim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Needs Hotel.
Yeah. He was on the show.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. He's going to be at the Honky Tonk Night. We're starting at the Elks.
Oh yeah.
He'll be there for the first edition.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, gotta plug that.
Yeah, definitely, because it looks like it's going to be really cool. I'm excited about that.
It was great. I grew up right there by Needs, and my whole family lives all right around there. And I
Oh,
came
wow.
back from college, and I had gotten into country music while away at college, and I came back and saw that there was a little country scene building at Needs in my old neighborhood, and where nobody ever was into country music. And I'm like, this is just awesome.
It's like meant to be.
Yeah.
So Molly Alphabet is not your real last name, and I'm trying to. I was looking around, but your real last name, I guess, before you got married, now
Was Szramowski, so that's for the alphabet.
A good
That's
Pittsburgh
Szramowski.
Polish name.
Yeah,
How do you
good.
say?
Szramowski.
Oh wow.
Szramowski, but it starts off SZR. And actually, so I was in Montana as part of I was working in this clinic in grad school, living in Montana for about 6 weeks, and they don't have a lot of Polacks out there, and we had a patient who was like, I have no idea how to say your name, but I had a buddy in the military from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania with a Polish name, and we called him Alphabet. And so this guy out in Montana said, I'm going to call you Molly Alphabet. And when we made this country band, I was like, I don't know about having a stage name, and Chet was like, it was given to you in
You already have
Montana.
one.
Like, it's perfect. And I'm like, yeah, okay, it kind of is. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
And as far as like locally, you were talking about the honky tonk thing. There's a place here locally called Rinky Dinks. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
We want to play at Rinky Dinks.
Have you been there?
We've been there. Yeah, we want to play there real bad.
Okay, well, we'll talk offline about.
It's like one of the Molly Alphabet
Bucket list.
bucket lists to play.
Yeah.
That place is awesome.
They had a pig, did you know?
Yes.
Harley, that used to be out there on, I guess he passed away, but there was a pig and there was a mechanical bull and, you know, all the,
Love that sign.
Yeah,
it's,
the cowboy sign.
there's been like a lot of different, like Hank the Third. People
Yeah, we saw his posters up in there. Super cool.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you guys like that, because there's like, you know, books that I would recommend. I'd say, well, I don't know if you want to play there or not, because it really is definitely a roadhouse kind
Yeah.
of bar, you know,
Oh,
really
love
like
it.
honky tonk.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be a Blues Brothers, like they're gonna throw glass at you or something. Yeah.
No, there's like, you know, Jacob's Ferry Stragglers and the Haywhackers, they play there all the time, so it's kind of.
Yeah, it's super cool inside. It's
Yeah.
like the stage area is like really awesome.
Yeah, Andy Bragg also, he's in called the Second Hand Band, because the guy who runs it, Ralph Moore, had a band called Ralph Moore and Kickin' Country, and so he inherited his band. So,
Okay.
yeah, so you know. Anyway, you want to do another song for us?
Yeah, let's do one of Molly's
Country
country
song.
songs. Yeah.
All right, cool. This is Molly Alphabet. That's all I'm gonna do.
1, 2, 3, 4. You never cross my mind, or at least you never should. We were just killing time before we knew where we stood. What do I rewrite?
of stuff I like to feel like I'm in Nashville or something, you know, sitting in a honky tonk down on Lower Broadway, right?
That's it, yeah.
That's the title track off the EP we put out last May.
Cool. Well, I like it. That's the kind of stuff I like to listen to. There's a program that comes on after the Acoustic Song show called Country Memories, which is a real like live country DJ who comes in and plays a bunch of old classic country songs afterwards. So
That's awesome.
you have to tune in. Yeah, Randy. He's been around forever. He's a great guy. So you two guys met in Lawrenceville, I'm guessing, huh?
We actually met in high school.
Oh, wow.
We're high school sweethearts.
Wow.
And his parents were looking to move at the time, and my family owns houses all over Lawrenceville, and my aunt was looking to sell her house, and I suggested his parents look at it. So when he was a teenager also, his parents moved into the neighborhood. So both of our parents live in the neighborhood and we live in the neighborhood, but his family moved into my family's house.
Wow, that's crazy. So you guys have been knowing each other for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah. Were you playing music then? Both of you, like high school stuff?
I was, like really bad music.
Oh. We used to
But,
go around
yeah.
Pittsburgh and figure out which bars would let some 18-year-olds play. We won't give them away on the air, but there were some, they snuck under the radar at some places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D's or Gooskies, I'm thinking. That's what popped in my head. Those are two, I'm thinking, but I don't know.
And then it wasn't until we were like 25, I think, that we started the country band. So I didn't start doing music really in any capacity until then. So
Really?
yeah,
No?
8 years ago.
Yeah, you could sing though, so that goes along.
Well, that was the thing. You had to do either choir or art in our high school, and I was like in the choir, but I just would stand in the back and not really. I had never taken it too seriously, but he was like, "Come on, let's do a country band. I know you can do it." Just put a lot of work into it since then. Actually, at that time, I had just started taking piano lessons. Like I had
Yeah.
decided.
You also
to
had
start.
all the words memorized pretty much already, so that goes a long way.
To
Just
just
you knew all the
all
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does help. What about grad school? What was that? Looking at your bio.
I'm a physician assistant in my other life.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody has another life.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, if you can do it full time, that's even, yeah, that's cool too, you know, but yeah, it's having a day job. What, this new honky tonk deal that's coming up, let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah.
That looks really interesting. Who put that together, John Binley?
Yeah, so John Binley approached me and Molly about this idea of doing a monthly honky tonk kind of dance hall review thing at the Elks Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the perfect venue for it. They've got a dance floor and a stage, and you know, an old bar, and we were totally down. And like his taste in like old country music is exactly the same as ours. And we just like had this very similar vision to what we would like to see. It's just like people dancing and, you know, creating like a kind of place for musicians into that kind of music to kind of congregate and get to know them all, you know, and bring them out to play, and a chance to just sing the songs that we love, you know, every month. So yeah, the first one's going to be November 24th at the Elks Lodge on the north side of Pittsburgh. And it's going to be great. We're going to do it every month, and we've already had a few practices for it, and all the musicians are just super amazing. Like, yeah, they have it down, yeah.
Well, that's the day after Thanksgiving. You know, everybody's always looking for something to do.
Yeah, and you got to dance. You got to burn some calories. This is your
true.
chance, or you know, drink some calories. I don't know.
Yeah.
Country music's good for that too.
Yeah, it's true. Drinking some breakfast.
There's not really a good scene for that kind of thing in Pittsburgh, at least not close to the city where you can go out and dance to a honky-tonk music. Like 10 years ago, there was Saddle Ridge, where actually, like in my early 20s, we would go down there and line dance. It was on Station Square,
I remember.
Yeah.
but that's
The
no
vibe
more.
was lacking a little bit. A little bit of authenticity.
Yeah, more of the new country type stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get into like listening to that kind of music? Like,
I could say for me it was like I came at it from like Dylan, like explicitly Dylan, you know, like his love of old folk songs and like Hank Williams and, you know, Merle Haggard and all that. They're basically just old folk songs with a, you know, pedal steel guitar, and, you know, and that was my entry into loving like country music.
Like the Carter family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like-
were classic rock kids in high school, which I think is very common to be like, at least for me, I love Led Zeppelin and the Kinks and the Rolling Stones and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then so many of them have the folkier end of what they do, especially like the Rolling Stones and the Kinks have some albums
Oh, yeah.
that
They're
are
like country.
blazed,
almost.
like Muswell Hillbillies. It's like, and then you start to, it's a real fine line right into like
Yeah,
Merle
just-
Haggard and Waylon Jennings and
Yeah, and they're just such great songs. I mean, like the whole classic country songbook is just like so many great characters and, you know, and songs and sounds. You know, you can't beat it really.
Yeah, it's about real stuff, you know.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
real,
Like Sunday morning coming down.
That's a great song.
Like I think about that song every Sunday.
And I was thinking about the Stones' "Faraway Eyes."
Yeah.
It's such a
yeah.
it's
I
such
love
a
that
funny
song.
song. I
Yeah.
love. You're
So
the
good.
truck driver, she can fine.
We
You know,
did
he
that
just
one
does
at
that.
the
Yeah.
Stones tribute a couple years
Yeah, I was
ago.
talking to a friend who was into the honky tonk idea, but he's more of like a Stones guy. And I was like, you could do the Stones' Dead Flowers or Faraway Eyes, and like we're not gonna have like any kind of strict rules about what songs are allowed at the honky tonk. Like if it's loosely honky tonk, like and people want to dance to it, we'll do it. You know.
Want to do Graham Parsons and show up in
Oh,
a baby
yeah.
suit?
I'm doing
Graham
Still Feeling
Parsons'
Blue.
song-
Yeah, I'm
song
doing
is
that. Yeah, and John's doing Country Baptizing with Angela Autumn, so it's gonna be
Oh, I'm psyched. I'm there.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
So you want to do another tune?
Yeah, let's do another one of yours. Let's do Just a Prop.
Okay.
Cool. Since we're
Yeah, this one is on a full-length album that is, let's say, 97% done. Maybe come out in the spring.
Oh, cool.
Against my better mind, think I'm gonna get in line and go downtown. You know where to find me there, standing in a corner with my friends. Everybody knows their lines, we've done this 1,000 times. What's one more? Tonight's the night we get it right and finally find out how the whole thing ends. Tonight I am not drinking, baby, don't you know this beer is just a prop? Prop me up in the corner with my arm upon the jukebox, let it rock. Tonight I am not drinking, baby, don't you know
Brighton, the whole thing going on. That'd be cool. But we got to get you like booked at the Ricky Diggs.
House.
Getting me real excited here.
So the Ramble at the Rex, that's where I saw you guys play, and you were doing, you covered George Harrison or something,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah, I thought so. I was trying to remember if it was that or Neil Young, but yeah, that was cool. That was the first one I've been to, and
Those are so great. Like that, the Ramble band is so like they're so talented. It's like
yeah,
they just you just go in to sing the song and they know it all perfectly.
It's like karaoke.
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it felt like doing
The ultimate karaoke.
the Petty stuff. That's what it felt like. Everybody was so tight, like all the songs and stuff.
Mhm.
But the Ramble, that was the first one I've been to. I guess that's how many years has that been going on? It started
It's been going on a while,
with
yeah.
Thunderbird, right?
Yeah.
The 5-year anniversary was maybe last year, so
Yeah, 6 years.
7 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing the whole Last Waltz and on December 7th.
Oh wow.
So I feel like the thing the Ramble Band was meant to do all along
That's
is to play
true.
the entire Last Waltz concert. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's cool. So and then also I'd be remiss not to mention that we're doing the McCartney tribute
Yeah.
thing. That's going to be
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
yeah, December 28th and 29th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like I was telling you before, there's a lot of like these kind of like tribute opportunities, and it's a lot of it's like cramming to learn songs, it's like, you gotta like memorize words. I was like, I think I'm gonna like take a little break now, and then they dropped the McCartney thing on me. I was like, oh, he's like my favorite dude. I gotta do that, so.
Yeah. Oh, I'm waiting for a Lennon one too.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I
that.
really, like, if there's any Beatles thing, like, I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even a Ringo night, I would do it. Don't
Yeah.
pass me by. Just everyone doing just that song.
Really crazy story. I was sitting at Starbucks in Market Square and having my coffee, and I looked out the window, and right there at the window, I look out and I recognize it's Steve Lukather sitting there.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy crap, that's Steve Lukather. And then I look over and it's the guy from Men at Work, Colin, I can't remember
Okay.
off the top of my head. And then I'm like, what is going on? So I went out and I just go up and talk to anybody. I don't care. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? It's like, Ringo's in town.
His all-star band.
Yeah, they're in his all-star band, and there was Graham Goldman from 10cc was also there.
I regret not going to that.
Huh?
I regret not going to that show.
I couldn't go. It was sold out. It was like $100 or whatever for minimum tickets, and I had to work that night. But I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm sitting here looking at these guys like right now. So I had to take the selfie. When you get like, there's certain people that like when you meet them, it's like part of your teenager years or whatever, and you completely turn into fanboy.
You just melt. Yeah.
Words don't come out. Like you're like, and then you meet other musicians and you're just like, hey, what's up? Whatever. But like, yeah, Steve Lukather, I didn't know how to talk, man. I was just like, I listened to those. He played on the Thriller album. It's like,
That's awesome.
yeah, I was like, holy cow.
Probably never goes exactly how you'd want it to. You probably replay it later and you're like, why did I or didn't I do this or that?
Exactly. It's exactly how it went. And I felt like, oh, you stupid idiot, you had a CD in there. You could have gave it. That was what I thought. But yeah, McCartney, that's like any Beatles stuff, any Dylan stuff, man. I'd do that. Any gunk.
Have you been listening to the new White Album and stuff?
Parts of it. I haven't
Yeah.
listened. I want to buy the set. I mean, I have it somewhere tucked away.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love all the demos of the songs. They're really beautiful.
Yeah, the
Escher or Escher demos?
was it back in the USSR? The one that was like totally sounds different.
Yeah.
It's like in a different key.
Yeah.
Slower blues kind of sounding thing.
Yeah, a couple of them are like that, it's just really cool, like, to hear them just, like, with a tape machine, just, like, playing the songs they wrote in India. It's awesome.
Double tracking vocals.
Yeah.
Just Paul or George double track with the acoustic or whatever. And for me, it was cool to hear that, when you've done that, I'm sure when you're writing a song and you, like, do the first take, and
Uh-huh.
then later on it becomes something else.
Yeah.
So the creative part of it is there, but it's not quite,
Yeah,
polished.
you can see the
Yeah.
I
changes
feel
that
like
they
there was
made.
a song that we could tell was later Jealous Guy.
Yeah,
the melody
Child
was
of Nature.
exactly Jealous
that blew
Guy.
my mind. Yeah,
Like, oh, he just saved that melody away.
yeah, it was exactly the same song, just with like weird lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just cool to know that they had their grade A stuff, but they also had the other stuff that was like, even like Dylan, you hear some of his bootleg stuff and you're like, well, I see why it didn't make it on the album.
Yeah.
It's like, it's good to know that like they create the same way other musicians create.
Yeah.
Scratch tracks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, especially the recording that they did, just in general. Like I go back and I listen to that, and I know what the limitations that they had, and I'm just amazed at what they were able to put out, with 4 tracks.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like how they did it. It's, I don't know.
Yeah. You want to do another song?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I saw you grab your harmonica, so I
Yeah.
figured there was a harmonica.
I was gonna make sure that it was like, staying in place. Sometimes like when you move around, the harmonica holder
I hate
it gets
that.
loose and
And then you're trying to.
yeah, you're just like
Chasing.
chasing after it. This is a song that's from the folk album I put out in February. It's called "Laughing Through Your Tears." It's got a little country edge to it.
Okay.
Feels like a friend just died. Suddenly my eyes are open wide. The space between us disappears. Baby, I love you when you're laughing through your tears. The world outside, too much the same. Some emotions have no name. Is this a dream? It's never clear. Baby, I love you when you're laughing through your tears. And all I want is to deny. I can't pretend that nothing's changed. It's just creation rearranged. But we are stronger than our fears, and baby, I love you when you're laughing through your tears. Baby, I love you
Nice song.
Thanks.
Yeah, it has a country feel to it, you know? Like crying your beer kind of sitting down at Tootsie's, you know?
Yeah.
Hank Williams.
Yeah, sit in the back.
Yeah. Have you been there? Down to that part, Broadway?
Right on Broadway.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Is that the one with all the license plates on the wall?
I can't remember, there's different names, but I
Yeah.
know we were in Tootsie's.
Yeah.
In Robert's Western Wear.
Uh-huh.
Roberts, that's a cool place. Yeah, they had the recession special when I was there. You got a fried bologna sandwich with lettuce and tomato, of course, a bag of chips, a moon pie,
Wow.
and a PBR can.
That's pretty good. How much?
$5.
Wow.
So
That's a good deal.
it was, and I like bought a round for everybody.
It's amazing hanging out. I know that people say, oh, well, Broadway is like the touristy part of Nashville, but I don't care. It's like amazing to go in and out of those different bars.
Yeah.
That's the first time we ever saw like such a professional band that someone's just holding up the chord numbers.
The Nashville numbers.
You know, they just,
Oh yeah.
someone just jumps up, yeah, what's this song? You know, and someone's just throwing up the numbers. We're like, wow.
Yeah, they have to be like so freaking good to play like that every night. And there's the Bluegrass Inn, I'm thinking, also right in that stretch. There's quite a few of them, and also the Bluebird. Did you go there?
No, never been there.
It's kind of touristy too.
Yeah,
even
seems really cool.
Yeah, even it's more for songwriters, but ever since that Nashville TV show, and kind of like brought all those folks down there, and now the line's like 3 times as long for open mic night.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah, it's really kind of touristy, but yeah, it's kind of cool to see. You go in and see all those photographs on all the people like Garth Brooks and all those folks that went through there at one point. And they were songwriters and they were in the room. But I'm more into like the Emmylou Harris that kind of stuff, you know, that type of music than that, you know. So what do you guys have coming up other than we talked about the tribute shows and the honky tonk, and you just played last night, the first night? That must have been.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I played there with my rock band, The Big Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great. They had, yeah, it was like, you know, real professional operation. It was kind of weird. They had a guy with a camera, and they were broadcasting us on like these big screens, which is like important for me not to think about. It's like cold, you know. It's like, oh, is my nose running? I don't know. Like people are just walking around seeing this weird guy. No, it was awesome though. It was like the temperature was great. You know, they had a lot of people down there. People were really receptive and like in a good mood. So that was really nice. I think it's like important for Pittsburgh to kind of have like a nice fireworks night.
You
Yeah,
get to open for fireworks, which is
Yeah.
definitely like a Pittsburgh bucket list. Like
that's true. Yeah, it was beautiful. Downtown looked really beautiful last night.
Yeah, and it was like packed. Like I heard it was like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
Just
tons of people.
everywhere.
Yeah, just I think, you know, there's multiple fireworks. There's like
Yeah.
a kids firework
3 different
early, and then
fireworks.
the Point had fireworks, and after we played, there were fireworks. That was
It's like fireworks.
yeah.
Give the people what they
Yeah,
want.
Fireworks
that's
night.
it.
Light up
Flowers.
fireworks night. Well, that's cool. Is that the first time you played there?
It's the first time I've played Light Up Night. Yeah, yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
Cool. So what's happening? Like, what do you have? Anything coming up that's
So coming up,
solo or band or
Gonna-
Molly or
the next thing that's original music that we have coming up is I'm gonna be going with some of the Birdwatcher people out to a radio station outside of Scranton. They do like this in-studio a recording thing. It's mostly like making an album. Like you're not on the air, you just go into their studio and record
oh, okay.
for like overnight, and then they play, you know, the record you made.
The next day.
Yeah, like or at some point after they mix
Oh.
it. So that'll be kind of interesting. So I'm getting like some people ready for that these next couple weeks, and we'll go out there and see how that goes.
Oh yeah, I think you posted something about that, like something about some radio gigs coming up, or
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Trying to work some new songs in, and rearrange some of the older ones so we're not just making the exact same thing again. And then after that, I don't know, that's just the...
My band doesn't have any shows booked. We normally play an awful lot, but our baby's due in February, so we didn't really want to book anything in January. And actually, maybe March is right about when my full-length album would have come out, but probably not the best time anymore. So
You're gonna have an album drop and a baby.
and a baby drop. Like.
Yeah.
That can't be the first time somebody said that.
So maybe more like May,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which feels so far away, but it'll probably come here before you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much until we're used to the life with the kid. I think it's just gonna be the honky tonk nights, at least for me, for until like maybe late spring, and then hopefully I'll have some new songs and stuff and start playing again.
Yeah, well, that's always good when you have time to kind of settle in and do
Yeah.
do
Just
the
think.
family nesting thing, and so
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good
write
for
some
us.
songs.
Yeah.
you know?
Recharge some creative juices.
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, where do you find time to like write? You're always
Yeah.
writing.
It's kind of a problem. Yeah, it's hard to just like carve out time, and I don't really work that way. Like I can't just be like, this morning I'm gonna write. I've done that in the past, and I just like sit there like an idiot, So it'll be nice just to have lots of time to just kind of process and maybe come up with some cool stuff, or maybe not.
Other
who knows?
parents are probably laughing at that notion, like, oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. They think they're gonna have time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really that's interesting because it's like when the muse hits, what if it happens in the middle of changing a diaper,
Yeah.
Oh, I got this great idea for a
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Singing into the phone. Yeah.
and luckily we have that technology because how many songs have we like missed writing because we woke up in
Yeah.
the middle of the night and didn't have.
Yeah, I've done it, and you forget how it went or what was cool, and then it's just lost forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can wake up in the middle of the night to change a diaper and,
Call out the phone's name and she'll start recording.
Yeah.
do you know yet? What,
Oh, the baby's name. I didn't want to say SIRI because like that's what you could call out and then she would listen to you, like the phone would. But the baby's name is going to be Ren. It's a girl.
oh, okay, I didn't know if you did yet.
Yeah.
It was gonna be a surprise.
No, it's a
Cool.
girl.
Cool. Well, hey, you wanna play another tune?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Your other one or mine?
I'll do a new one I've been working on. It seems kind of fun. This is a kind of a random song. It's kind of like a 50s crooner vibe, I think. But I've been enjoying trying to work on it, so I'll play it right now. It's called Love by Another Name. Maybe it's a glance, spark that starts the fire, flame that burns is a dance. She tiptoes on the high wire, loved by another name. Melody is strange, but the song's been sung before, or nothing ever changes. You're knocking on her door, or loved by another name. It ends just like it starts, loved by another name, of course, two beating hearts. Streetlights are swinging as day turns into quiet night. Loved by another name ends just like it starts. Loved by another name. Loved by another name. It ends just like it starts. Loved by another name. It's just two beating hearts.
Nice. Yeah, that reminds me of some 70s thing too. You know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like more like a, I don't know. It's like maybe Harvest Moon. You know,
Okay, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, like that in that. Yeah, cool. I was just looking. One of your songs is featured on a TV show, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the what was the show called? I don't remember.
What's that called?
Rise?
Rise,
that's
yeah.
right. A teen
Yeah.
drama.
Some teen drama. Yeah, they reached out to the record label we were on. They wanted to use it in the background of a scene they described as like a fight in a pizza parlor.
Mhm.
So we're like, sweet. But then it's like you can barely hear it. So we all like got together to listen to it, and it's just like just like a rumble in the background while they're like fighting in a pizza place.
Well, they paid you though.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, so we can't believe for all these TV shows, they put all this work in and pay all these musicians to have quiet music
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah, we could kind of hear the like one like chord change in the chorus. We're like, that's definitely the song.
Imagine like if you had a big watch party, you know,
Yeah,
invited
yeah.
everybody over, like,
Here
hey, the
it
song's
is.
gonna be on tonight. They're like, oh.
Is that like rewind it? Is that in there? It's like, yeah, I think so. It was cool. I mean, you know, I was happy to get the money. We'll put that, you know, towards recording or something. But you know, would have they could have turned it up a little. You know, it wouldn't have hurt the scene.
And speaking of recording, Molly, your record, is it tracked? Is it like being mixed? Is it
tracked? We've kind of been taking our time about it, largely because we had like spring as more of a goal, and we started in March. We did the first tracking in March, and we've had everything done except for there's one trumpet part on one song that has to go in, and a string section. I think it's just going to be 2 string instruments on 2 songs. But the engineer has gone ahead and started mixing, and actually he said he's going to send us mixes tomorrow with everything except those 2 parts.
Did you use Dave and Garrett Tree Lady
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, they're super talented.
Yeah, they are. I get a chance to mention their name on the air, so I just look. Yeah, because that I can't say enough about. And plus, also Dana, you know, the church.
Yeah,
that's
for
the-
sure.
That studio.
Yeah, that studio's been blowing up lately. They had Willie Nelson and Van Morrison in there.
I know.
Holy cow.
I know. I know. And Peter was there when it happened too. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, why couldn't I have got a phone call?
When
I would have unrolled wrapped cables. I don't care.
we tracked vocals for her album like a couple days after that, and they still had Willie marked on the
Channels.
recording channels.
Just
So
that
we're
just
hoping a
gonna
little
leave
bit of that like rubs off on her record. Yeah.
and I saw the photographs, you know, blazing with Willie. I mean, like, how can you like not do that? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
We should be so lucky.
yeah. I was thinking, yeah, that doesn't happen very often. It's like, well, hey, you know, you cannot say no to Willie. Yeah, it's amazing. He's like, what, 85 years old now or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 85.
Yeah. Still traveling. He's on his bus.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, we've seen him play like 2 of the past 3 years.
Yeah, at like the Outlaw Fests and Farm Aid. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that one. I don't know why it just like snuck up and it was like, you know, I wish I would have gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those things like, oh crap.
Can't get to them all.
Yeah, yeah. I did see him with Dylan and
Oh, cool.
Mellencamp out at the Washington minor league ballpark here in town.
Cool, wow.
That's what Dylan was doing, all those minor league ballpark tour.
Oh, wow.
He was playing in all these minor league baseball shows, and I don't know, he's a big baseball fan or something.
Yeah, did he do that baseball podcast or?
Yeah, right. I heard that story that he had like a podcast
Somebody
for
gave
Sirius.
him radio time, and what he did with it was talk about baseball. It was like 5 years ago or something. They're like, okay.
Yeah, so he was filling a bunch of these minor league baseball parks, and I saw him there twice, but one time Willie was there and Mellencamp was there too, so it was a really good show to see those guys all together. You know, could actually understand him a little bit, you know, like one other time saw him at Star Lake, and I couldn't understand him very much. His backup, or he toured with BR549, you know who those guys are?
Yeah.
It's like a honky-tonk
Okay.
band from Nashville, but the one song he did was, he did Blown in the Wind, solo acoustic, and
Oh,
it was
wow.
like, and you could understand everything, and it was like being transported back in time. It was really.
That sounds amazing.
It was. That was probably like one of the most amazing things to see. Was like, oh my God, he's doing that song. Like, yeah.
We loved his crooner show at the theater downtown last year.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
like an unpopular opinion. People were kind of torn on that, but I felt like I was in a David Lynch film or something. It was like surreal and amazing, I thought.
Yeah, yeah. I heard mixed things about that too, but yeah, he's like doing the Frank Sinatra thing.
Yeah, he would get up from the piano and like the
He'd
lights
say a
would go
word.
off and then they'd come on. He'd be in the middle with like a mic on a stand doing some moves.
Like almost like what's his name? The singer-songwriter with the real gravelly voice. I'm drawing a blank.
Tom Waits.
Yeah, Tom Waits. Yeah, like Tom Waits will do that. He's very theatrical.
Yeah, it was like that. It was
I
cool.
don't
They
think
had.
he said a single word.
It really was like being in like a David Lynch film. Like all the background was gold and had like this, like the lighting had made everything feel like it was all vintage.
Wow.
It was pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, that time period, like 60s career time period with martinis and all the, you know, cocktail drinks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Makes me think of my grandparents. Yeah. Well, hey, we're almost wrapped up. It's we got time for probably one more song.
Cool. Want to
you
do
guys
Broken Record from yours? New one?
Okay, mine. Did you play 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some. Okay. Here's another one from that new album. We've never done this one acoustic. It's like a kind of a barn burner, talking blues song. It's called Broken Record.
All right, cool.
When I am home, I do not want to go out. When I am out, I do not want to go home. When you are home, I wish you would go out. When you go out, I wish I weren't alone. When we talk, I wish you would ask me about myself. When you do, I want to talk about anything else. Like I bought some lipstick today, I know I'll never wear. And I thought some things I know I'll never share. Hey, I'm a broken record over you. You think every song sounds the same, that's because they all do. Yeah, spare me your precious little rock and roll songs. Oh, how did we ever survive? I had to look up the definition of dope drugs. I had to look up just to keep this thing dry. Hey, I'm a broken record over you. You think every song sounds the same, that's because they all When we first got those new kitchen counters, I'd come down at night and just stare. Yeah, when we first got those new kitchen counters, I'd turn on the light just to make sure they're still there.
That's cool. That must sound great with the like full band, huh?
Yeah, our lead guitar player has like a real like Dwight Yoakam kind of lick
Oh
guitar
yeah,
lick and,
like chicken picking kind of thing.
and lots of stops, lots of rhythm stops. So.
Oh, cool. Well, hey guys, I really enjoyed having you on.
This is awesome. Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, my pleasure. There's like certain artists I know that in Pittsburgh that I go, yeah, they'd be a good fit. And I was like, yep, I think Chet and Molly would be a great fit for this show because of the stuff that we do. So I'm gonna put your CD in and
Cool.
spin a couple tunes in the second hour here.
Awesome.
Both of them. And next week we're off for the holidays, and the following week I think we have the show coming up. I have to check the calendar. Definitely know it. The first week of December, I have a band coming in from I think New York City. I have this thing on Sonic Bids where people submit, so I have people coming
cool.
from all over the place. But make sure that you check out the Honky Tonk Night, November 24th.
That's correct, yeah.
The
Elks
Elks.
on the north side, Elks Lodge 339.
Is that Cedar?
Yeah, Cedar Avenue.
Okay. And then we got the Pittsburgh Plays Paul.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Plays Paul, McCartney, and the Beatles coming up at December 28th and 29th at Mr. Small's. Get your tickets early because it sells out.
Yeah, it's probably going to sell out really pretty soon here, probably.
I can't, it just amazes me that like 2 sold out shows like we're out fast.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for being on, and I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell. We'll see you next week, coming weeks on Acoustic Songs Live. Go to acousticsongs.com and you can see the video and listen to the audio from the show today. As always, it's been great being here. Have a great day.